State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the San Francisco 49ers and the New York Giants. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports.
Let's go! Okay, ready? Rock 57. Rip right, rip right. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Jones. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. And look at this. For the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. Going up top. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Yeah, good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10.
At their own 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
One, Omaha.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Now on 2nd and 13, Garoppolo into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now Saquon Barkley, and he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A first down carry for Barkley won't lead to much as he'll take this forward for maybe a yard. It's 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 2nd and 9, Jones. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Mike spot forward, Mike spot forward, Mike spot forward. Here we go. Here we go.
Jones on third down. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So on fourth down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrick Rosas. This from 54 yards away. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Charles, 54 yards. I'm surprised that came up short.
I would agree with that one because normally, if he misses, it's accuracy, not length, because he has plenty of leg for that. But maybe it's like I hit my golf shot, maybe it's like my wedge. When you chili dip and you hit the ground ahead of it, sometimes that'll shorten your distance as well.
On first down, Garoppolo. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there. And it'll be second down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Throwing now is Garoppolo. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. The coverage good that time by Kendall Fuller.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it.
11. 56, right there, 56. 11.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. Completes it to Samuel. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. On first down, here's Breida. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
21. 56, 56.
From the 27, Garoppolo. And he whips that one incomplete there. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin. And it's 3rd down.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
6-man. Check girls, check girls, check girls.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Lorenzo Carter able to record his 5th sack of the season. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. Man, I got you.
Now Jones. He's going to look deep down the field. Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Golden Tate, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants have taken the lead. Rosas good with the extra point. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here we go. Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distance.
That's caught inside the 20. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, his first touchdown on the year. And once again, the 49ers are back out in front. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Got it.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing Jones. He completes it to Tate. And they're going to have this across midfield. And inside the 45.
32 yards. That's good for a Giants first down.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 10-7 our score after one right here on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. A first down carry for Barkley. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 yards, good for a giant first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
A strong running. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down.
Down. 60 Pittsburgh.
Check. Watch 54.
General West.
Let's go, deep, tighten up.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Time to go, night. Mike's 54. Mike's 54.
To throw on 3rd down. Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the Georgia Southern man. This is Jerick McKinnon. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. He'll have a first down past the 40. Open man is heard. It's complete. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye, that happened fast, and a big sack. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Now whistles here, and I think one of the big boys for the 49ers might have jumped. That's going to set him back 5 yards. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. To throw, it's Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. It'll be a gain of 9, and it'll be 3rd and 10 now.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, It makes it tough to defend.
The Niners on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Niners on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Got his target, Samuel. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 44-yard line.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A little bit of space there for the first down run as that's going to get him about 5 yards. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. On second down, a run with Breida. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I know flashy plays, splashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. And I love the game plan they've got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
Yeah, offensive line, they're getting it done.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different colored jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
Come on, set. 70, Indy.
2 times.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Earlier this half, you were wondering how the defense was going to handle him defensively. Were they going to bottle him up at different levels, so to speak, is what you said. What have you seen so far?
Well, I think they've been absolutely terrific because it feels like on every play, if we were watching this in the film room, when they clicked off the film or stopped it, you would see 11 shirts of that same color right there in the frame trying to tackle him. That's what you're looking for.
Just like that. Just like that.
Smooth.
50 seconds to Mike.
Now Jones to throw on third down. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Rosas' kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. You're down 3, under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches. This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to have a first down, but not sure it'll matter as the clock will continue to run. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1.
Here we go. 180.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis. That'll bring up second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
First down, 49ers.
Garoppolo now. Just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a first and 10. Garoppolo. That's caught. It's Coleman. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
Complete to Tevin Coleman. Out of bounds at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This one taken from the 7. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down in midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or a man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Let's go. Let's bring it.
And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Here we go.
Check 31.
11.
Garoppolo looks to throw. He's going to air one out. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off inside the 5. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the slap. Bang.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And they'll get him down up past the 15. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop him. Looking to throw. Jones. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 69 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. They'll run with Barkley. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. Give them maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Again, it's Barkley. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments.
Get hands on motion, man.
Jones now throwing on 3rd and long. He may try and run for this. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
Here we go.
Ready to get this next drive started. The New York offense at the line. And 3 interceptions in this game. I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
At the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Game situation. Let's go. Check nickel.
21.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Catch is made by Hurd. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
First down.
Here we go.
Garoppolo now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Garoppolo now. Man open. It's good. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
64. Weak.
Check the backer. Safe.
Go ahead.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. He finds McKinnon. Complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I got one.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Welcome back now here in East Rutherford. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter.
Here we go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
12, fellas. Here we go. Check.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. And nothing but daylight ahead. The 40. And a great return here gets this one all the way down to the 26-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll go to Barkley again. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means it might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
A big one there. That gives him a little cushion and makes it a two-score game.
Yeah, bled a little time off the clock, put some points on the board. It's not totally out of reach yet, but it has to feel pretty good to them right now, because as a defender, you go out on the field and say, guess what? You can put some points on the board, but that won't beat us.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate, and of course they'd like to forget the ending, the interception, but they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Here's Garoppolo to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jerick McKinnon there. And now it's 3rd down. Looking to erase a 2-score deficit here in the 4th quarter. Going for some big plays.
Yeah, they certainly were. They just decided one shot, didn't they? Forget trying to move the ball downfield in small little increments. Let's go for the big one. But how about the defense playing situational football, looking at the scoreboard, realizing...
And he coughed it up. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the 4th. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. Give him 32 on the play. You're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off.
And it's a good idea to be that aggressive because, truthfully, the defensive guys, they're just playing not to make a mistake. That often means you can make a big play against them.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. To throw is Garoppolo. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And he will be marked down right there at the 20-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. And remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
They'll keep it on the ground. Barkley. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Here's Jones on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eric Armstead, the defensive end, will get credited for the sack. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And the Giants send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And the Giants have it. It's picked up.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And look at this. For the second straight play, the 49er defense drops him for a loss. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. An extra DB for the 49ers now on third.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, D.
Hey.
Mike spot 4.
Bravo.
Mike spot 4.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Pick me up. Here we go.
5.
Jones operating from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
At their own 25-yard line.
Ready to get this next drive started, the New York offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. He'll look to throw. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 30. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go, Hattie. Let's go, Hattie. Let me know what you got.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
Here we go. Ready?
Man, I got you. Man, I got you.
21. Here we go.
37's the Mike. Mike 37. Hey, we heavy on the edges. Heavy on the edges.
21.
We got double up.
Hey, Haywood.
Now Garoppolo. He's going to let it fly. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
I remember Coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Move.
12, fellas. Here we go.
Back to throw, Garoppolo. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
21.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Man up, D. Man up, D.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 14. Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
So for the Giants, they inch closer to respectability now at 3-6 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Niners, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.